Hi folks, in this assignment I'd like for you to practice making two flowcharts. One flowchart will be a strategic flowchart, very general, and another flowchart will be a tactical flowchart, very specific. All right? Your flowchart should start with an oval and it should end with an oval, and that's just because it's customary to start and end with an oval. If you want, you can make your flowchart so that the process is cyclic, in which case you could start with the oval and then you could end at the step that you started with. So there would be an arrow from this last box going, instead of to a last oval, going all the way up to the start oval. So that would still be starting and finishing with an oval. Why do I ask you to start and finish with an oval rather than a box or a triangle? That's just because we're civilized, and civilized people who are writing flowcharts start with ovals and end with ovals. The civilized way to write a flowchart is also to put process steps into boxes. The civilized way to write flowcharts is also to put decisions into diamonds. And diamonds can only be yes or no decisions on a flowchart. You cannot have another arrow coming out here like maybe or something. You know, that decisions are always yes or no, and we put them in diamonds, and we do that because it's polite. It's polite to use the shapes that everyone knows to expect on a flowchart. If you use like cloud shapes or hearts or some other shape, then people don't necessarily know immediately what to expect from that shape, and they have to read carefully what's in there to see what was intended. But to make it easy on everybody, because we're polite and civilized as professionals in quality, we use the conventional shapes. So a box for process steps, oval for start and end steps, diamond for decisions, and there's only a yes or no option in every decision. Did the product pass the inspection? Yes, it did. Go on to the next step. No, it did not. Go to the step over again. Or did it rain this week? Yes, it did rain. Okay, good. Or no, it did not rain. Oh, okay. Well, wait until so do this step over again. So wait until it rains. Did it rain? No. Wait until it rains. Did it rain? No. Wait until it rains. Did it rain? No. Oh, so that's the kind of decision that you are allowed to put in a diamond. Okay. Now, there are other kinds of shapes. We won't deal with documentation auxiliary boxes in this assignment, but we will have to deal with documentation in a future assignment when we start using the Intellect software. Now, another kind of box is the input and output data box. So let me show you. This is the Lucidchart website, and I have instructions in the assignment on how to log in to the Lucidchart website. We all use the same login account in our class, and we never delete anything from this account, because if you delete stuff, you might accidentally delete a classmate's work, and then that would be rude, right? So we don't delete anything. If you need something deleted from the Lucidchart account, send me an email with the title of the thing that you want deleted, and I'll see if I could delete that for you. All right, so in Lucidcharts, right, so in Lucidcharts, you can, oops, oh. You can click on the, well, once you've logged in, when using the instructions in the canvas, you can click on Document, and then you can click on the orange plus sign button to make a new document. Now I'm going to choose document from template. You can choose whatever kind you like. You could do a blank document. I like to do document from template because I find it easier. So in this assignment, I'm making a flowchart. So I click on flowcharts, and I can start with a blank flowchart, or I can start with a something that has a demo flowchart already pre-drawn. I prefer to start blank because the flowchart template will already contain a the flowchart template will already contain the shapes that I would ever want to use in a flowchart. So here are the flowchart shapes that I would ever want to use. One of these is off the screen, and it is the process box. All right. Of course, I want to start with the oval, start and finish oval, and I want to show you this data input or output box. All right. So you like this, all right, and I would want to show you another process box. Process box. Here we go. Process box. Okay, and then another. Let's see how I do here. All right, so I'm going to blow this up a little bit. Right, so in the assignment, I want you to make 2 flowcharts. The first flowchart will be very, very short. Let me give you an example of this flowchart. So I am going to be using the example of the business learning equipment supply service. This is the same business that I mentioned in the previous assignment as an example. Learning equipment supply service is a company that has science teachers in Los Angeles as their customer, and the purpose of the company is to meet lab equipment needs. Right. So the strategic plan consists of finding a way to ask science teachers what equipment they need. Right. Notice I don't say how I'm going to ask them. I don't say which teachers I'm going to ask. I don't say how I'm going to find them. This is just very general. This is the strategic plan. And then I'm using a parallelogram because when I ask the science teachers, I'm asking for input. I'm obtaining information, data. So the parallelogram is meant for input and output. So after I find out what they need, I obtain the equipment for them, and then I go and I lend the equipment to them, and then I lend the equipment, and then I tell them how to use it, and I give tech support for the equipment. All right. I have to reverse this arrow somehow. Okay. Alrighty. And then I'm going to ask what else they need. Okay, so here in this case, I don't have an end oval. I only have a start oval. And the reason why I don't have an end oval is because this process, I hope, will never end. Because this business, learning equipment supply service, I hope, will always be working. So we will. Our purpose is to meet lab equipment needs. So we start there, and to do that, we find out what the need is. We get what we need to fill the need. Then we fill the need, and then we teach the teachers how to use the equipment that is filling the need, and then we ask them what else they want, and then we get it, and then we lend it, and then we teach them how to use it, and then we ask them what else they want, and then we get it, and then we lend it, and we teach them how to use it. Okay, so this is a strategic planning flowchart example. This is very simple, right? Because this strategic plan flowchart is very simple because the strategic plan is very high level, meaning it's very general. It just gives a general purpose for our existence. Now, I also want you to draw a tactical level flowchart, right? So let me show you an example of that. So for the tactical level flowchart, tactical flowchart example. Now, please make your tactical flowchart of the same business as your strategic flowchart. All right, and that will help me and your classmates to understand what you're trying to do here. So, for the tactical plan flowchart for learning equipment supply service, I'm going to do the plan for a lending event for a customer, right? So first, to start, I will identify the customer, right? So that to identify the customer, I am going to have to find contact science teacher at a nearby school, right? I'm going to have to contact a science teacher at a nearby school. And the way I do that is by the school's website. Presumably there's a contact form or there's an email address on the website, right? So notice how this is very, very specific. Like nothing is left to chance here. To identify the customer, I do this. This is exactly what I do. I go on the website and then I fill in the contact form or email or something like that, right? And then I've got a decision to make. The decision is, does teacher reply? Right? So does the teacher reply? So if the teacher replies, then this is my yes. So here I've got the, I'm just dragging the text in here. If the teacher replies, yes, the teacher replies, then I can do the next thing. Whoa, something's wrong with my arrow here. So I'm going to get rid of that arrow. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. Yes, if the teacher replies, then I will find out what the teacher needs, right? If the teacher does not reply, then teacher does not reply. So every decision diamond has to have a yes and a no, and it cannot have anything else, just yes or no. The reason why it cannot have anything else is because that is not that is the expected behavior of a decision diamond for any flowchart in any industry. Even if you're writing a computer program, we expect a flowchart decision diamond to be yes or no. All right, now, if the teacher does not reply, then we will contact, oh, I don't need another arrow for this. We can just use this arrow. We will contact another teacher, right? So we'll keep on doing this until one teacher replies. And we will find out what the teacher, what does the teacher need. And that's going to be input for our organization. And we will, in the future, we are going to use this here, right?